Hey everybody, welcome to episode 26 of Cool Chords. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my all-time favorite songs by Grizzly Bear titled Yet Again. Hope you enjoy. Alright, I love this progression so much. It has such a beautiful lush sound with the use of the open strings. And there are two different guitar parts going on at the same time. The one that I'm doing is the higher part, the one that has has those notes like in the top of each chord. There's also a lower part which is more like and I've watched a bunch of different videos of them doing it live. They seem to change it up every time, but I tried to get it as close as I could to what is happening on the studio recording. So we are in the key of E minor, and we start with this great E minor chord, which uses one of those open strings like I was talking about. So we are going to put our pointer on the 7th fret of the A string, ring finger on 9 on the D string, open G, and then middle finger on the G on the 2nd string. Then we go. So it's so great because we're doubling the G note. We have a G on the top and a G on the bottom, but the one on the bottom is an open string, so it has a great open sound. So we start on the 1 chord, and then we move it down. We do the same chord shape, but we do the major version of it, which is where we raise our middle finger up a fret, do our pinky. We're going to move it down 2 frets, so it's on the key of D. So that's pointer finger on 5, ring finger on 7, open G, and pinky on 7. So you would call that D major add 11 or add 4. I'm not sure exactly the proper nomenclature, but that open G gives us the 4. Such a beautiful sound. So we have, and then we take that exact same voicing, we just slide it up to the 10th fret. So now it's 10, 12, open 12. All right, and that's just a G major chord. So we have, so Roman numeral wise so far, if we're in the key of E minor, we start on the 1 chord, then we do the 7, and then the 3. Great movement. And then we go down to this really fat voicing, this C major with the G in the bass. This is one part where on the recording, the upper guitar that I'm covering might not be playing that G in the bass. It might just be doing a regular C because, like I said, that other guitar, the lower one, is doing this. So that's going to have the G in the bass, but I just thought I liked the sound so much that I wanted to include it. So what we do here, we just do a regular C chord, but rather than get the bottom note with your ring finger, use your pinky instead, and then put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. It gives you C over G. That G in the bass really fattens up that chord. So then we have, sound. So once we get to that chord, that's the 6th chord, right, for an E minor. And then this is the hardest part after this. We hold this chord out for 5 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then we do this. It took me a while to get I'm not even really completely comfortable with it yet, but it took me a while to get it. So what we do now is we're going to put our pick on the 4th string, and we're going to do like this alternating pattern. So pick the 4th string with the downstroke, and then we go, I'm sorry, do I do down or up? Yeah, so downstroke on the 2, and then I do an upstroke on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. So just practice that a bit, get comfortable going between those two. And then you're going to do a downstroke on the 6th and 5th string. So, all right. And then we take our pointer finger off, make it open 2nd string, and then we do an upstroke from the 5th string up to the 4th string. This is really hard. The aim is tricky, so it's, that's the first part. And then we do another downstroke on the 6th and 5th string, and then we do this. We're going to put our pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and we're going to hit the 3rd and 4th string on it with an upstroke. So So we have... All right, let's do that a couple times. It's definitely weird. And then we do one more downstroke on the 6th and 5th string, and then just take the pointer off again and do another one of those strums from the 1st string up to the 4th string. So the whole thing is... And theoretically, all that's going on there is we're on that 6th chord, right, that C major chord, and basically he's just creating this melody within the C major chord where he's going... Hear that note throughout these chords. Da, 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 da. Really beautiful descending thing down the C. Alright, so up to there we have this. Okay, then we go to a straight B minor chord, and then open E, and then an E, move the B minor bar shape up to the 7th fret to E, and just strum it from the 5th string to the 2nd string, do that twice. So we have... So right there, Roman numeral wise, we go to the B minor, which is the 5 minor chord. I always love the sound of the 5 minor chord in a minor key, and that for me, that's actually kind of like the standout part of the song, is when it hits that B minor chord. I love that so much. And then we end with this A minor chord. We do the open 5th string, and then the chord is 7, 5, 5, 8 on the top 4 strings. Ring, bar your pointer on 5 and 5, and then pinky on 8. So we go. So I do downs for all of these. I do open, down on the open, and then down on the chord. Then you pause, and then one more down on the open, and then chord twice. All right, and then it repeats again. The second time, the A minor thing he plays is slightly different. I just repeated it twice. So all together now, we have this. Alright, so such a beautiful movement within the progression, and like I said, I love the use of the open strings throughout. Creates this really beautiful, lush, open sound. And just to reiterate one more time, the theory is we start on the 1 chord, 7 chord, and we put the 4 within that chord, the D major with the add 4. Then we go to the 3 chord, then the 6 chord, C major, and then again, but with that descending melody thing. And then the 5 minor, back to the 1, and then it ends on the 4 minor. Right, I think they call it, what do they call it? Deceptive cadence. I could be wrong about that. I haven't taken music theory in a long time. But I think, yeah, when you have the 4 chord at the very end instead of the 5 chord, I think they call that a deceptive cadence. Not exactly sure. But anyway, that is our progression for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. And as always, if you would like to donate and support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/MikeGaudetteMusic or paypal.me/MikeGaudetteMusic. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you at the next episode. Take care.